Two tools. Two tools. Two tools. No clue!
Hey everyone, welcome to the Two Tools No Clue podcast. I'm Anna,
And I'm Jeidan.
and today we have no clue.
About solar power. How much sun is too much sun?
Too much sun. Didn't know that was a thing in solar power.
It's not. I just thought it was funny.
That's-
So yeah, we have no clue, but we're going to find out together. But first, Anna, what do we have going on around the homestead?
Well, if you're watching YouTube, you'll notice that our plant is different. Our mascot is getting watered because I have forgotten to water it for probably about 3 weeks now because
Oh,
that's how
no.
long I've been at my new job. And
Killing it.
I'm trying my best to learn names of people, names of animals, just like how to do the job. So it's just been craziness in my mind, and my plants are suffering because of it. So in our Peace Lilies place, we have a nice, I think this is an Easter cactus.
Yep. Sometimes she sports very vibrant pink flowers.
Yeah, she doesn't like her new spot. She's usually right by my side here, and that's where she's produced the most flowers, but in her new spot, she's not super happy.
She's got a bunch of new ones coming in, though, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. Larry's been chewing on her.
Yeah, he's silly. And then, so I guess some other news is, so as you all know, we have a dumb amount of blueberry bushes, and obviously the homestead shed didn't go to plan this year like we thought because of all the wasps. But I did some canvassing on my vacation to try and find some people to buy our blueberries. And I actually was able to link up with our local farm stand. It's a family-owned farm here in our town, and yeah, he was more than excited to take the blueberries. So we've been selling them to buy the flat, and it's been pretty cool. I'm very proud of us.
Yeah, way more lucrative to do it that way than what we were doing at the farmer's market.
Yeah,
It was already sold way
me
more.
driving around town selling pints of blueberries. People love it, but my gas tank did not.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How many
proud of
pounds do you
ourselves
think you've sold
so far? Pounds, yikes, I don't know. I know that we have successfully given him 15 flats,
Wow.
which has 12 pints in it each. So we've done quite a bit.
That's crazy.
We've tripled our picking this year from last year. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, after every harvest, his mom likes to weigh the berries to see how many pounds we've picked. That's why I was asking how many pounds we've sold.
I think we're at like 170 pounds so far.
Picked?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And like I think half of it is what we sold because we have a bunch frozen too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's been pretty exciting. I was pretty proud of myself and just us in general for sticking to it and also being able to consistently supply the stand. Everybody loves blueberries, so it's been working out for all of us.
Unfortunately, the season is coming to a close.
But
the wasps are coming in.
Yeah. At least we know what to do for next year now.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. Get a quicker head start on that. So yeah, that's all we really got going on for now. I guess now I'll just start talking about solar power.
Ooh.
So in today's episode, I'm going to be answering a variety of questions that people usually have about solar energy. We're first going to start off by figuring out what solar energy is, and I will do my best to explain the different ways that we capture it from the sun. So yeah. And then I'll kind of break down just the random things that are also considered solar energy that I didn't really think of, but it's everywhere all the time. In our houses, how our houses are built, so it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I used two different sources off of this for this episode, mainly because of like the different wording that they were using throughout the articles. I was trying to keep it one manageable for me, and then also easy for me to explain.
Yeah.
So I do recommend watching the little Solar Power 101 YouTube video that I put up there. Definitely made for like educational purposes for like younger kids, but it was very helpful. And it helped me both understand and realize a lot of things that I was missing about solar energy, I guess. So
Heck yeah.
definitely
That'll
check it
be
out.
in
Yep.
the show notes.
It'll be in the show notes. And then another article I used was from nrdc.org. That was also called Solar Power 101. So yeah, just wanted to say that here. So to define solar energy, I'm going to use a quote from that article I just stated. So solar energy refers to the electrical or thermal energy that is created from solar radiation, aka the power of the sun. Solar energy is also called solar power or even just solar for short. So I'll probably be saying a lot of different things like that, but it's all the same. It is the energy that we're getting from the sun that we're capturing and harnessing in some cases. So they continue on to explain there are two main types of solar energy. One is called photovoltaic power, aka PV, which are more formally known to us as solar panels.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then thermal power. Both utilize sunlight as a fuel, but they harness it in different ways. So basically, the way that we use the power is what kind of differentiates the thermal from the electric.
Gotcha.
And we'll get into that. So the two different ways we collect solar energy could save the world of both fossil fuels. Like, yes, fossil fuels are great. It took some genius men and women to figure out how we could use those things, just like solar energy. But obviously, there's negative impacts to fossil fuels being used all the time. One of the main reasons is our oxygen levels and the carbon dioxide that we're getting and producing already in the planet. That's just adding to it. Whereas solar energy, it doesn't produce anything like that. It's just a heat source, really.
Right. Clean energy.
Yes. And then it also, will definitely save you a few dollars in your utility bills, which is what I'm hoping we'll get to soon. The cost of installing solar panels to your home can be actually very expensive. And that's why a lot of people don't start off doing it. Average in our state, we're in New Hampshire, it's about like, it depends if you're getting it on your roof, which I don't recommend. Don't do that. Don't mess with the integrity of your house. Like, that's crazy.
Is that why just the weight of the system is why people
Yeah,
don't recommend that?
yeah. And but it also just there's a lot of reasons, but it's not good mainly for the integrity of your home. It's cheaper to install them there because you don't end up having to have all these huge frames and stuff like that. So if you're looking at solar on top of your roof in our state, it can go anywhere between like $15,000 to $25,000. If you're going for something that isn't on your roof, which is what we're looking towards, it can go anywhere up to like $40,000 to install, just depending
Jesus.
on how many panels you want slash need. Um, and that is why a lot of people will just go with roof programs. A lot of the reasons you'll see rooftop solar in the area is because there are programs set up through electric companies, and that's the cheapest way to put it onto the roof. So that's what they offer. And there's like meter banking. And meter banking, you not only get the energy for your house, but you also kind of get a credit, an electrical credit for providing more. A lot of those systems, though, if you're set up on a system like that, like Eversource has one, for example, in our area, we use Eversource. Those typical systems, if the power goes out, your power still goes out.
Oh, really?
Because most of those systems don't come with a banking system. So you would have to still install a banking system
So the
to
bank
kind
is
of get
just
that credit.
for like the
Yeah.
company.
And then there's
That
off-grid
sucks.
systems. And that typically is involving a banking system. And that's what I would want for us. You're less likely to get credits unless there's a federal or state program, which in this case right now there's not. But we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Is it like all roof panels don't come with a banking system, and all land
No,
ones
not
do?
necessarily. It's just cheaper to install it that way. So a lot
Okay.
of the meter banking programs, if it comes with a, we're going to install this for you, it's cheaper for the company to put it up that way. So that's the way they're going to do
Right.
it, basically.
And they probably get more out of you.
Yeah. In some cases, yeah, for sure. So when you think of solar power, what do you think of?
I think of those fields in Japan where it's like Mickey Mouse shaped. You know what I mean? And it's just like fields on fields on fields of solar
Like
panels.
circular, the mirrors ones that you're talking
Yeah,
about?
it literally looks like little Mickey Mouse. Maybe that's just Disney in general.
That's too funny.
But yeah, that's what I think of. And
Yeah,
we should be using parking lots and covering cars with
with solar
solar
panels.
panels,
Yeah,
in my opinion. That's always what I think of.
that's usually what people are thinking of is solar panels.
Like, why are they covering our fields?
Yeah, because that's what I think of when I'm thinking of stuff like that. I'm thinking of, you know, driving by someone's roof has one on there. At some like the hospitals, they have them like on top of the parking garages and stuff like that.
They have them at my work. It's called the solar field.
Yeah,
We
that's really
can
cool.
walk the dogs through it.
That's really cool. Yeah, so like, and that's what I think of too. I think of solar farms, which is just like literally when you drive by down the highway, especially on Route 91, like you
Yeah,
look in
that's what I
Vermont
don't
and
like.
Massachusetts, like that's what you see. You just see lines of them.
Like,
And
why are we taking up valuable land
so and that's
and
where
just
people
covering it?
that's where people get kind of weird about it, but you have to think of that. If that is being utilized correctly, a space like that could give electricity to a community of like 10,000 people
Yeah.
if it was utilized correctly. Often it's not. Often it's just banked and metered by big electric companies. So
Yeah.
that's why it doesn't happen. In the YouTube video that I watched, I can't remember where it was, but there's a location, I think it's in Africa somewhere or in Asia, and the amount of sunlight that happens in that one desert, if they put up like not even that many solar panels in there, it could literally harvest enough energy to give the entire planet electricity
Wow. So why aren't we doing that? Because like nobody's growing shit in the desert.
because we're greedy. Because then the electric companies wouldn't make any money.
Don't get me into Tesla and the free
I
electricity
know, I'm just saying,
because I will
but
go off.
it could, it could and should be a thing. And there's so many things that we put prices on things for that shouldn't have prices on them. I think electricity is one of them.
Yeah,
We're
I
in a
agree.
modern society. There's no reason for it. The fact that we bottle up water and sell it for twice the price is insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just using the water sources in your local communities, yada, 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 yada.
Yeah.
Instead, we're just taking everybody else's water. So yeah, anyway. So solar panels are what most people think of, and they're actually called, like I said earlier, photovoltaic panels, aka PV panels for short. They're one of the most popular and the poster child of solar panels. And, you know, even if you don't have one, like I said earlier, you've seen them. You drive by them, you're like, oh my God, that looks horrible. You know, just things like
Yeah.
that. Like, I know you guys have seen them, whether you live in the cities, whether you live in the mountains, because even up in the mountainsides, they've got them. You know, they have the off grid living, but then they also have fields in the mountains, like all the Berkshires. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many solar panel farms in the Berkshires because those communities do use them,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty cool.
Did you get into the history at all? Like the first solar panel and what that was like?
So they have actually been using not necessarily panels, but mirrors for
Ooh.
like thousands of years.
To create energy?
Yes, to heat water systems
Oh,
was the first
wow.
way, and they still do it the same way. So, like, when you were talking about like the Mouse shaped things, like I'm thinking of if you're looking down, like, you know, bird view,
Mm-hmm.
there's these like thermal heating systems that there's like this bulb in the middle. It's like a huge rod thing, and it's just a circle of like thousands of mirrors, and they all direct to this
Oh,
thing, and they
wow.
heat, and it creates steam. And they've been doing that for a very long time, and they still do it. They still use it. It's mainly used in like commercial and like factories and stuff like that. But it's a cleaner way to do things. A little more expensive, obviously, but it's not crude oils.
Right.
So they have been doing stuff like that for a while and still do.
I just imagine like the first solar panel that someone puts on their house and it's like 2 feet thick.
Yeah, like the old flat screen TVs.
Yeah,
Except
exactly.
they're not flat screen whatsoever. They're boxes. So a PV cell contains semiconductor materials, silicon most commonly. When sunlight, which is made up of the tiny bits of energy called photons, hit the PV cell, the material absorbs, and photons, which dislodge the electrons, this movement of electrons creates an electrical current.
Uh-huh.
And that's what happens in your solar panel. So metal conductors on the side of each PV cell then transfer the electricity to the wires and to an inverter, which then comes to us. Whether like it's being stored into your batteries for later use or just straight to your light bulbs.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
That seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's like really not too much to it. And if you think about it, like a lot of things use these things, like even like calculators, like like the little tiny ones on calculators.
Yeah.
That's how those things run, and the on and off. Like it's really strange.
They don't take batteries?
Some of them do, but not all of them. Like there's a lot of calculators that are just little solar panel things, and that's what they are.
And like
You've
indoor
seen 'em.
lights are enough?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. So, when solar panels first were introduced, they were expensive and really limited to commercial use and then some residential because, like you said, like they were expensive and they were bulky, and
Mhm.
people weren't thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna spend 50 grand to pay for half my electricity." Basically, is what they were thinking.
Yeah.
But now you can purchase solar powered anythings, really. They even have like mini solar packs that you can fold up and bring camping with you, all ranging to like things to put on the back of your RVs, things to even install on the side of your sheds and things like that.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool the stuff that we've decided that we can just, hey, the sun can power this instead.
Yeah.
Like lawn lights, lawn decorations. You don't have to worry about batteries or plugs for a lot of things now, especially even like some Christmas decorations. There's just a little solar panel attached to it and it
Oh my
turns
god,
on.
those little guys who dance
Yeah, they're so
in the
cute.
sun. I
Yeah.
love those.
So yeah, the options now are pretty crazy. So PV panels are one way and very popular way that we collect the energy from the sun. That is the electrical form. And then the other form is thermal energy. So the definition of thermal energy also comes from the Solar Power 101 article. And they said thermal energy can be used to warm the water for your shower or more passively maintain a comfortable temperature inside your home. You can even use it to generate electricity at a massive scale. Thermal energy can be collected several ways as well, some more advanced technologies than others. And to help me explain that a little bit more, I'm going to quote that article one more time. Just as humans first focused sunlight with glass lenses more than 2,700 years ago, concentrated solar thermal power creates electricity using the same basic mechanism. CSP for short utilizes mirrors to point sunlight into a receiver to heat up a fluid and generate steam. The steam spins the turbines and then that creates electricity. CSP systems are utility scale solar plants that are typically built on large swaths of land and can power tens of thousands of homes and businesses. One of the advantages of CSP system is that the fluid can retain the heat for a long time, which is especially handy on cloudy days when CSP systems aren't able to harness as much sunlight. However, the technology is still in limited use and the industry is not expected to grow as much as utility scale PV solar. Gas and coal powered plants also use steam to spin turbines, but with CSP, there's no nasty pollution or waste or climate warming emissions like there are from those types of buildings. So there's also forms of solar energy happening around us in our daily lives, and this is called passive solar energy.
Oh,
Examples of these are greenhouses, windows, even the blinds on your windows. Even different building materials like concrete, brick, and stone. They're all known to hold energy well, and so that's why they're implementing
Mm.
like
the
so.
stone tape theory.
Yeah, and this is what I think of. Okay,
That should be your mini-sode.
what?
The stone tape theory.
Oh yeah,
Has nothing to do
you're
with solar.
distracting me. Yeah, what? No, it's not gonna be my mini stone. So what I always think of is when I was living in Texas for like one whole year, every single building was made of brick.
Why?
I feel like it has to do with solar
Interesting.
because it keeps it on the inside, not the outside, so it keeps it from the opposite. It keeps it cool. Just like clay buildings and stuff like that. Like down in Texas, they also had like a lot of clay buildings back in the day, and that's because it keeps it cool because the
Yeah,
earth keeps it like it doesn't retain it. Whereas, like
that makes sense.
up here, it makes sense why there's like concrete slabs for like going on top of houses because that also helps retain the heat and the cold.
And when there are big brick buildings, there are like 10 fireplaces in every room.
Yeah, I don't know. I never
That
thought
makes
of
a
it
lot
until
of
right now. I thought it
sense.
was pretty cool. So yeah, it
Just
does.
side note, sorry, when you said that the windows and the blinds like generate their own kind of solar power, it made me think of I saw this post a while ago that where this person was like taking a nap. So they had their blinds closed and it was like the middle of the day. And there was a tiny little pinhole in their blind and the sun was coming through and it was like the perfect angle and size hole and all like everything just fell into place for it to project her neighbor's house onto her wall,
Whoa, that's so
which isn't
cool.
solar, but it's like the sun and
No, yeah,
windows and blinds doing weird shit.
that is really cool.
But it's like that's how they did cameras back in the day with the little pinprick.
That is true.
So it was
Yeah,
just like being like it just like made itself into a camera.
I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I didn't even think of stuff like that honestly, but it is true. It's like when we have really hot days here, we close all the blinds and it does help.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, this isn't going to do anything, but it does. It
Yeah.
very much does in our home. Our house has the sun on it for like 17 hours a day,
Yeah.
usually, especially during the summertime. So yeah, I thought all that stuff was pretty cool. And I guess it's just things that you don't think of. It's like when you go outside and people who work outside all the time, like they put long sleeves on. Whereas like I go outside if I have a long sleeve on, like I'm gonna die. But really, they're doing it right. They have the right types of materials on them
Yeah.
for it to be long sleeve to actually benefit them. And
I
that
prefer a
goes
long
for our
sleeve
houses too.
if I'm
Yeah.
going out if I'm going to be outside for a while
Yeah,
because
I
I don't
mean,
like wearing sunscreen.
yeah, I mean the sun can be intense too. So right now, the benefit of getting solar in your home is very much dependent on where you live.
I have a random
Yeah.
question. Does color affect thermal energy? Like how black absorbs more and white reflects more?
Yeah. It's like how my black car is the worst. It's like it's
But
like
they like
actual hot box.
utilize color along with mirrors and stuff like that, or not
I'm
so
sure they
much?
do. They have to because all of that adds up. You know what I mean? But yeah, it'll attract it a lot quicker than say white.
Yeah.
White just reflects off of it and goes back. Whereas it absorbs it. The darker the colors it is. Has to be the same.
Hmm.
So I would never have a black house.
Yeah, that's
That's crazy.
crazy.
That's insane. People that have their homes that are dark grays and black, I'm like, are you okay? Like, it's hot. I mean, I guess in the wintertime in New England it might be good, but not for the summertime. No, no, no. So yeah, thanks to our current administration and, because the good DJT, wait, no, because DTJ is a tool
No, you
bag,
had it right the first time.
Donald Trump Jr.
Hey, Trump.
because Donald Trump is an asshole, there are no incentives right now for federal breaks, or in our case, even in our good old state of New Hampshire, there's no state rebates right now either. They all got cut in 2025 thanks to our great administration because they love us all so much and they love the planet so much that they decided to cut the Clean Bill initiative that goes along with solar panels and solar energy in residential homes. The only people that typically are getting tax break right now, go figure, the greedy corporations of America. Good for you guys. Make sure you put some solar panels on your AI fucking factories.
Yeah, right.
But it is still beneficial. So right now, if we were to get it installed, yes, it would be a pretty penny to install it. But they still do have a lot of great solar energy loan programs. So basically, what ends up happening is instead of us paying our electric bill for the next 5 years, we would be paying our solar panel loan off for the next 5 years. And then after we paid that off, guess what? We still have electric and we don't have to pay that anymore. So yes, the first few years or first 2 to 5 years, depending on what loan you want to take out, it would be like having an extra car payment, but you wouldn't be paying an electric bill at that point. So it would still be reasonable,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be paying out of pocket. So there are still a lot of great options. And I'm looking forward to looking into that for us because I've always wanted to have solar panels. Definitely not on top of my roof. We have a tin roof, never going to be a thing. I remember when we were looking at the house, I was talking about getting solar, and the selling agent looked at me and said, "This would be a great location for solar, but please do not put it on your roof." And I said, "I'm not going to do that, but thank you for saying
Yeah.
that."
Some people don't have a choice.
Yeah, some
But
people don't have a
we
choice.
thankfully, I think, do.
We
So
do. We would just need 4 to 5 panels. I think would be just
how
fine for
big's the
us.
panel?
They're pretty big, but you line them up in one row and that's it. You know what I mean?
Like one thing that goes and like swings from side to
Yeah.
side with the sun. That's one panel.
Yeah.
Yikes! We don't have room for 5.
But they would be set up. They wouldn't be rotating ones. They'd probably be just ones that slant and they would go right next to each other.
Okay.
But
Make a fence out of it.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's still beneficial to have, especially if you're a homeowner. Listen, I'll knock on wood just because of the way things are going, but I have faith that the sun isn't going anywhere anytime soon. But your electric bill is only going to get higher.
I'm sure we all shared the same experience of fearing that the sun was going to explode when we heard that in like 100,000 billion years it's going to explode. And we're all like, oh my God, that's basically tomorrow.
For some reason, I really thought you were going to just plunge right into the fact that that rocket hit the moon recently because
my
that
God.
opened up like a new level of fear. Like, I'm a 90s kid, okay?
Bro.
Like, I've been afraid of log trailers since the
Literally.
beginning of time for absolutely no reason. And there's just been so many things that have happened to us as a group, as, just as 90s kids, that when I saw that, I like laughed at first. And then Anna was like, that just unlocked a new fear. And I was like, what are you
I
talking
had
about?
a little bit of a crisis.
And she literally was like, well, the tides. The tides
no.
will change.
I was like, these fucking billionaires are going to blow our moon to bits because they're fucking idiots. And we're going to be like, it's literally just going to get chunked away until all of a sudden we have no moon, which means no tides, which means, and it just like fucking crumbles.
And as soon as she said no tides, I was like, oh.
I've never thought of that before. Now I have a new fear of how we could all die. Great.
Yeah. Me too now also. But I still am hopeful that the sun won't be going anywhere.
Yeah.
Anytime soon.
God only knows at this point.
And so yeah, the sun will always be shining down on us, and we figured out how to harvest it and not like a evil diabolical way. Also,
Yeah.
I think is pretty cool because I think that would be.
When did solar panels become a thing for public consumption?
I don't know.
Probably like the 70s.
Yeah.
When people cared about the environment.
They tried for a second. And then they were all shipped off to work.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh my goodness. Literally every time any good people make any sort of advancement, there's a war or a
Yeah,
pandemic.
straight to jail. Or wait, no, straight to war.
I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but I have this not really conspiracy, but just observation that everyone was just rearing up and gearing to go in 2020. Like little people were starting their
Yeah.
own businesses. People who are our ages were starting to buy their own houses and really like become people.
Yeah, we were
And-
trying to move to Colorado.
I don't know. A lot of people just seem to have really big, awesome plans for 2020. And then we all just got the shaft.
Literally shut down.
And-
Actual shutdown.
I'm sure that's happened 1,000 times
Yeah.
before. But it was just an interesting thing to observe.
Especially while we were all just sitting waiting.
Yeah.
to see
And I
what's
mean,
gonna
like some
happen
great
next.
things came out of the pandemic because people were just sitting and waiting. But a lot of people were like, 2020 is the year that I'm going to open my own business. And it was just like, shit.
Yeah, I feel like it shattered a lot of dreams for a lot of different generations too. It wasn't just one generation that was affected. Like I feel it really changed trajectory for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Whether you were a high school student or college grad or just someone who literally was in a midlife crisis like me. Like, what are you doing next?
Yeah.
Nobody knows. I was very lost during the pandemic. I used to joke about it all the time. I turned 30 during the pandemic. I call it the dirty 30. Thought it was wicked funny. But when I reflect on it, it put me back for a second. I remember going back into public. That was hard. And even for someone like me, like I'm half introverted, half extroverted. I always joke if I'm getting paid, I'll be an extrovert. That was hard for me.
Yeah.
I'm used to just be like, okay, I can click this on. I'm here. Here's, retail Jeidan, basically. But it was difficult to do that because your body almost forgot what it was like to be around humans because it was forced to be that way.
Yeah.
Even when you went out into public wasn't the same. Public was very much like, you stay over there.
I think it's interesting
Don't look at
because
me.
the same thing happened to me, but I had to work throughout the entire pandemic. So, because I was an essential worker, I made bread basically. But when we were homeless and I was living in the RV, that was a similar thing. When I went back to work, I was like, ew, I have to like figure this out again.
And be around people and respond to people.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Was a hard thing for me. Just like, oh, you're talking to me, like I have to socialize with you right now. So yeah, okay, that was a little side rant, nothing to do about solar, but it's still important.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my short take on solar energy. I definitely recommend if you're a homeowner that you get your solar on. As we start to get quotes and figure out what we're doing, we'll keep you updated on our Facebook page and also just on here. So,
Yeah.
What do we got for this week in the Farmer's Almanac, Anna?
Well, today is August 13th. The waxing crescent moon is in its descending node today.
That sounds scary.
And gray squirrels have second litters now. So cute.
The second pups.
Look out for some baby squirrels soon.
So cute.
Especially on the roads. Go
Yeah.
slow.
They don't know how to cross the roads yet.
And today is the best day to have dental care. That's a new one. Start projects, pick fruit, and harvest above ground crops.
Okay.
That's what we got in store for us on this beautiful Thursday.
Yeah, go pick your crops and get your teeth checked.
Yeah, Jeidan.
I know, I felt like that was shots fired at me. 'cause
Yeah.
I have to get some stuff done soon that I've been putting off.
Yeah, you do.
I considered it done, but then they're like, you have to come back 7 different times. I'm like, this was a setup.
Well, when you haven't been in 7 years.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. I am grateful for that, but it was pretty horrible.
This man had no cavities.
Okay, just one rotting tooth though. Like,
Yeah.
let's not pretend. But yeah, no cavities. Well, thanks for coming and listening to my TED Talk about solar. If you want to reach out, please do, but make sure that you give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Two Tools No Clue Podcast. Subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/Two Tools No Clue. And you can email us at twotoolsnocluepodcast@gmail.com.
Heck yeah.
Have a great week, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Two tools. Two tools. Two tools. No clue.